You also know that there have been hostilities between these two schools, bad feelings. They feel Miami ran up the score. We thought the hostilities had died, but then an ugly few moments down there on the end zone.
Far side of the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! And the Canes strike first.
Are behind his back and walking off the field.
Delivers a dart, intercepted. Look out! Trajan Bandy, the true freshman. And it get the edge. Cuts back, dives to the pylon. Touchdown!
It's why we're after you. It's why you signed on the line for nights like tonight.
It's about toughness. Who is tougher? If you're not tough, you will not stand up in this game.
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it. I put my heart in this, dog. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Welcome to the Games Get Played Network. I'm your host, Wise, and I'm back like I never left. Everybody been wanting to know where I was at, man, and it was tough. All right, how everything went down at the end of last season, that was rough on me. I'm a real Canes fan. I know what was there, so the season is back. I'm excited. We locked in every week. We got the preview and the review coming through. And then also we'll have the Truth Tellers Canes edition, where we'll be breaking down what's really going on with Miami pretty much week by week. You know me, nothing's political over here. It's all about seeing the Canes win and get back to being a top-end program. That's it. I don't have no favorites with none of these kids or nothing like that. Y'all know me. I'm going to call it how it is. If you playing like trash, I'm going to call you out on it and say you playing like trash. I don't care who your cousin is, who your brother. I don't care about none of that. If you out there playing like garbage, we going to put you on Front Street. If you balling, we going to give you your props. It is what it is. Don't blame me. Go watch the film and get better. Without further ado, man, we're going to go ahead and get into this Notre Dame versus Miami preview. So the stage is set, man. The stage is set. Notre Dame back here at the Rock. The last time they was here, man, y'all know what happened, man. We already know what happened. That was a while ago. I'm only bringing it up because the atmosphere was crazy. It was a night game. This is a night game. Sunday, prime time, 7:30 on ABC. It's going live. Number 6. The Catholics. Number 10. Come on, man. The Convicts. Let's get it in, man. It's time. All the talking is over with. We made it through spring. We made it through summer. We made it through fall camp. Overall, we're healthy. It's time to lock in. It's time to lock in, man. I want to remind y'all, the last time Miami did something great, they had to build on it. Okay? That 0-1 national championship team, you had to build on it. All right. The year before, they had went 11-1. They lost to Washington. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that score was 29-34. But they lost. After they lost, they was on a tear for the rest of the year. They go into the next year. They got an edge. They had a couple of close games. But overall, we know what that 0-1 team did. I'm not saying this team is 0-1, but what I'm saying is if you want to get back to top end, you don't go from 7-5 to being a national champ typically. That's not really how that works. A lot of times you don't even go from 7-5 to being a legitimate contending playoff team. You have to build. So you got 10 wins last year. Now we got to keep going and being on an incline. It's about us building and getting better. This year is the first year that we have depth across the board at every single position, improving depth with the exception that it's not proven at wide receiver and technically at linebacker. I'm not 100% sold on everything at linebacker. We'll get into that. But all of the other positions, you don't have any worries. Obviously, you don't want anything going on at quarterback because you got your guy in Carson Beck. But everything else is solid up. Running back, there's depth. Tight end, there's depth. There's a hella depth on the O-line. There's depth on the D-line. Like I said, linebacker is iffy. The talent is there, but it's not necessarily proven. And on the back end, we revamped that entire back end. Right? I expect Miami to have a top 5 secondary this year. That's just me. I'm shooting for the stars with it because everything I've heard, some of the things we've seen, what Heatherman is going to try to do, I like Miami to be top 5 on the back end. Worst case, top 10. But that's just how I feel. So let's get into this, man. The stage is set. And personally, how I feel is this. This preview, we're not doing any film breakdowns. It's not even necessary. All right. Miami has a brand new quarterback and new pieces on the offense overall. Notre Dame has a brand new quarterback. The offense is going to look different. Schematically, they were doing, things a certain way with Leonard, and they're not going to do that this year. All right. CJ Carr is one of the most highly touted Notre Dame, quarterback prospects they've had in a while. They're saying he has NFL talent, as far as with his arm strength and everything that he can do, that he can make all the throws. That's yet to be seen. But for me, no film this time. Defensively, we know what they're going to try to do. Defensively, they don't know what we're going to try to do. Right? So it was really no need to get into the film. We'll do a film breakdown on the review. So for me, just addressing this at the top, man, every offseason where there has been a problem, Mario Cristobal has attempted to address it. I know you got a lot of fans that be hating on Cristobal and shit. Personally, I don't care. I'm a Cristobal supporter. I love what Mario has been doing. He's built the trenches up. He's put actual depth on this team. We've been recruiting at a high level. Obviously, it could be higher. We've missed on some of the major fish, but we've gotten a lot of really good players, high school and out of the portal. What we're doing is clearly working. We just had the number 1 draft pick go at quarterback. We just got another high-end guy to come in at quarterback. We filling pieces on the defense. What he's preaching and what he's doing is working, but you got to build on it. And we're going to continue to build this year. So for me, Mario, stay focused, man. Stay focused. I know last year there were situations where the coaches wanted to step in and do certain stuff, but they were afraid of messing up the chemistry and the camaraderie on the team. We were winning and there were problems, but they didn't want to step in too much. They wanted it to be more player-led. They let certain things slide with people that they shouldn't have let slide. And later on in the season, it turned into a snowball effect. So I would just say for this year, if you got anything like that, go ahead and nip that shit in the bud early. Don't let nobody play with what we got going on. If you're not on the ship, you're getting left. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. For me, man, this game is really going to come down to the fact that quarterback is the most important position on the field. The most single important position on the field is your quarterback. And Carson Beck, I do not care about what people say. Oh, he didn't show up in some big games. He's played in very big games. He's played at a high level for the last 2 years as a starter at UGA. It may not necessarily be exactly what people want, but when you get down to it and you look at the nitty gritty, man, I'm not really sure why you would do too much complaining if you're Miami. if you're a Miami fan, I don't really know why you would complain about a guy like Carson Beck. 2023, his first year starting, 3,941 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 72% completions. Some people will say, hey, he only did that because he was playing with Bowers and he also had Ladd McConkey. I would tell you that was a great part of what happened. Major factor. Bowers is generational talent. McConkey, he was killing it in the league last year. I'm not knocking that he had NFL talent there. But when you take away McConkey and you take away Bowers and you give him the worst O-line UGA had since Kirby's first year there, and you give him the worst run game that Georgia has had since Kirby's first year there, and you combine that with the fact that the UGA wide receivers last year dropped over 600 yards, and like they left 600 on the table. That don't even count the fact that a lot of those plays would have been catches and touchdowns. They only count that from where he threw it to where they dropped it. There was plenty of downfield balls that they just flat out dropped. So when you leave 600 plus yards on the table, and if you want to be honest, since at least 7 of those would have been touchdowns, when you're leaving 700-800 yards on the table, bro, he still completed 65% of his passes. He threw for 3,485 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. In the SEC, with the schedule that they played and all of that, bro, prior to Cam Ward coming here, nobody at Miami was even slinging the pill around like that. So if you telling me that you're going to give me a guy that averages 3,700 passing yards a season, he's going to complete about 68 to 70% of his passes on average, and he's going to give me 26 touchdowns and only, 9 interceptions? I'm taking that 10 out of 10 every time, bro. 10 out of 10 every time, and playing in the ACC. And then we factor in the fact that he's going to be playing with a top 5 offensive line. Like, come on, bro. Be for real. Stop playing with me. Real talk. Stop playing. That's what you're talking about. So let's talk stats and facts. All right. Yes, he had games like maybe against Texas where he didn't play his best and things like that. I'm cool with that. Everybody ain't going to be on every week. But for people to sit up here and act like he is not one of the best quarterbacks in college football, that's crazy. At the highest level, Kirby them do stuff a certain way. Been playing at the highest level. Came in with all that pressure on his back last year. He was supposed to be the number 1 pick coming into last season. Didn't play well. Got hurt. They say, hey, dog, you a 5th round draft pick. Instead of being an idiot like Quinn Ewers, who turned down $8 million for 1 season, Carson Beck said, say less, bro. Let me go back to college and let me show y'all boys that I'm him. Carson Beck isn't Cam Ward, Canes fans. I want y'all to get that out of your mind. We don't need to compare him to Cam Ward. 2 completely different players. Rock with Carson Beck and who he is, and let's go. 10 out of 10, I'm taking that, man. So if we just talking matchup wise, Carr we're not going to even put him in the same sentence with Carson Beck. That don't make sense. Not the Miami for quarterback for sure. I mean, it is what it is. Like, there's absolutely no way that anyone can make an argument that would not be selecting Carson Beck over CJ Carr. Just not possible. So that's just a clean win for Miami, man. I'm confident in what it looks like. You know, I feel good in what it looks like and what I know I should see when you get down to it out there. And that's really it. That's really all it is. There's no more, no less. You know, CJ Carr, he don't have no starts under his belt. He coming into the Rock. It's going to be extremely loud. It's going to be a crazy environment. That's not necessarily somewhere where you want to start your guy off in his first game, but it is what it is. And they may bring Minchie in and do some stuff like that with the run game show us two quarterbacks for different looks to get us off balance. But at the end of the day, the quarterback position ain't going to cut it. And can he sling the pill around? I'm sure he can probably toss it around a little bit. But at the end of the day, if the game is tight, I'm rocking with Beck all day. I'm rocking with Beck over anything that they got to offer. And that's just what it is. As far as, what we looking like and, what we should do personally, I understand that Notre Dame has one of the best secondaries, if not the best secondary in the nation. For me, it don't even need to be anything too crazy. But to be honest, though, man, I got Carson Beck going for 250 to 300 passing yards, somewhere in there. Nothing too crazy, but I do think that we're going to be able to kind of do some of the things we want. And one of the reasons I believe that is because they have some great corners on the outside. I'm not sure who they're going to use in the slot for sure. And I really expect Malachi to get busy. I expect him to get busy on these boys. Straight up, man. I know it might be crazy, but if Malachi starts like he's expected to, and we actually target him, real bold prediction, hot take, but I like Malachi for 150. Breakout game, first game, go ahead and get on that national spotlight, get everything running. I do not think that they're going to be able to do what they need to do overall, right? They're going to put more on CJ Daniels, most likely. Okay, with more on Daniels, that means that Christian Gray most likely is going to be guarding JoJo on the other side or whoever's out there. So at that point, it's just kind of like, okay, who's the guy for Malachi? If it's the safety, if it's Jalen Stroman from Virginia Tech, then he gonna have his way with that. Straight up. If it's Schuler, it is what it is, man. I don't think it's too much that they're gonna be able to do, especially with the fact that we're gonna be leaning on these boys, man. We gonna lean on them. Like, we real deal gonna lean on them. One of they starting defensive tackles is 277 pounds. He's the size of one of our defensive ends. And I get it, size ain't everything, but unless that boy is RJ McIntosh 2.0, you 277 on the interior, I ain't seeing it, bro. You might be getting back there for pass rush or whatever, but I don't see how you really going to be disrupting stuff in the run game. We big up front. We real up front. Cooper them ain't going for that. Maui Noah ain't going for that. Markel Bell ain't going for that. McCoy ain't going for, none of that's happening this week. None of it. I expect us to do what we need to do in the trenches. And that's just me. That's how I feel. When it comes to just running the ball, we should be able to run the ball no problem. Whether if it's Lyle, whether if it's Fletch, whether if it's Shamar Brown. I like any three of them to get off. And don't let Beck get a couple of plays where he uses his legs and make the defense respect the fact that he can run. He's not no blazer, but no, he is very mobile enough to make them respect it. And you gotta stay honest on it. So I expect us to be able to do what we want to do on offense once we catch the rhythm. It may take a drive or so, for them to get in rhythm. But between everything that Lofton and Bowman, everything that we can do with that, I'm good. I'm good with everything. I know, receiver, you never know who's going to make a play. Like maybe Carr gets in there. Maybe Joshua Moore gets in there. You never know. Like it could be Keelan Marion. He might get in there and do something and make something happen. We'll see what happens. But overall, I like what's there. And as long as we catch the ball, we're going to be fine because we know Beck can make all of the throws. Every throw we need him to make, he can make it. Beck going to take the check down when it's there. I know a lot of people was tight about that last year when we wasn't taking check downs. If the check down is there, it's been confirmed that Beck going to take that check down and go ahead and pick up that first down. Or it could turn into a touchdown. You never know. But we going to go ahead and do that. So I like where we stand overall at running back. They've been gassing everything with Lyle, and I hope that It looks how it is supposed to look, man. They gave him that 2. They talking like he's supposed to be McGahee 2.0. I ain't gonna even say 2.0. Like he's supposed to be in that type of bag. So I'm ready to see it because we know how Notre Dame coming. Notre Dame got Jeremiah Love and they got Price. They got Jadarian Price. Like the biggest thing that I've seen so far, man, everybody is talking about Jeremiah Love this, Jeremiah Love that. And don't get me wrong, bro. I think Jeremiah Love is a phenomenal running back. Okay. I love what that kid can do. Like if you told me, hey, you got an opportunity to put a Jeremiah Love on your team. You get what I'm saying? Like who wouldn't want that? And I'm just being real. Like that's somebody that you jump at the bit immediately. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like if that's an option, you go get him, right? You go get Love. So he's extremely explosive. I know a lot of people have talked about, in the big games when you go look at it or whatever, like he didn't produce. He only produced against sorry defenses and stuff like that. There's 2 things that go into that. One, when you're playing better defenses and better coaches, there's some shit called game planning and scheming, right? They're keying in on a guy like Jeremiah Love, knowing that Leonard would have to beat him with his legs or throw the ball more. So there's a little bit more that goes into it. And I'm not giving him a pass for not just having lights out games, but it's not always that simple. And then the other part is, especially towards the end of the season, he was hurt. I respect him for even trying to, stick it out and stay in there. But at the end of the day, he was hurt. But overall, it is what it is, man. Now, I said all of that to say, they're like, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. He still averaged 7 yards a carry, 6.9. He had 17 touchdowns, bro. They hit him out of the backfield. He almost had 20 touchdowns last year. But for me, the real problem that nobody really talking about or they ain't talking about it enough is Jadarian Price. Think about it. You dealing with Jeremiah Love. He can go 3 yards, 2 yards, 80. You bottling him up, 3, 2, 80. Let's say you go 3, 2, you take him out. And now they bring Jadarian Price in there. Come on, bro. Jadarian Price averaged 6 yards a carry last year. You feel what I'm saying? 7 touchdowns. And he like 5'10", 5'11", 210, 215. He is not playing with nobody when he come in that game. So normally when you have a backup come in like that, a lot of times when you got a running back as good as Jeremiah Love, there's some kind of drop off. But Jadarian Price is a different kind of back. And the kind of back that if Love wasn't there, he would be starting. You get what I'm saying? So when Love go out for a breather, you're not getting a breather for real. That boy coming in there to smash some shit. He is not playing. And we better not play with them. That boy is not coming there in there playing. Man, he had a 99-yard kickoff last year. And let's get into that. Bro, they two running backs starting that kickoff. Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price both starting on kickoff. That's how Notre Dame coming. Because they know both of them can crib something. And we know our special teams was very shaky at multiple points last year. So we got to see if we clean that up. But they both can crib it. That's how they coming. So, when you talk about who has the nod here or there, I got to go Notre Dame on their running back room. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of talk about Lyle. Yes, Lyle had a great freshman year. It's a lot of talk about him, but I need to see everything in action before I can say it's better than what I've seen and on some of the biggest stages. I need to see it in action. Mark Fletcher, we don't need no more fucking fumbling this year, bro. No fumbling. Damian Martinez should have showed you how to run that ball hard and not fumble. We don't need no fumbles, bro. We don't need no fumbles this year. Protect the ball. You was doing all of that fumbling and then also fumbled in the spring game. Like, we don't need that, bro. Protect the football. It's your time. They disrespecting you, Fletch. I know you see the shit. Everybody talking about everybody except you. Ain't nobody worrying about Fletcher. Basically, it's time, man. Step up, bro. Show these motherfuckers that you have improved. The physique and the build is different than it was last year. I see it. It's time. You got to step up. This year, number 3, dog. It's time for you to get in there and really show us that you one of them guys. Where's put him on a stretcher Fletcher at? That guy. We need that cat. Okay? That's who we need, bro. Tighten up. Get right. It's time to go to war. We locked and loaded. It's time to go. We ain't playing. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't do what you need to do, Shamar Brown is going to do it for you. So you really behind the 8 ball. Like, it ain't no playing. If you don't do it, Brown gonna do it. I guarantee that. We can bet whatever. If you don't do what you need to do, when they put Brown in there, he gonna make it happen. It's time. Stop letting them play with you. Stop letting the Canes fans play with you. Folks got a reason to be on your head, though, because people expect better out of you. It's time. It ain't no more excuses. It ain't no more none of that, bro. It's time to lock in, and you got to get it. You got to get it. Show them boys that it's a 1-2 punch, a real thunder and lightning. Like, you gotta get it, bro. It's time. Ain't no more playing. Ain't no more waiting. It's time to go, Fletch. It's time to go. When we discuss wide receiver, it's gonna be a wash on both sides, right? You got Malachi Fields over there that transferred from Virginia, 6'4", 222, big kid. He can make plays, he can catch the ball and all of that. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not worried about none of that shit. OJ Frederick is on the outside, and OJ said that he coming in this motherfucker to show them that it's not Leonard Moore that's the best corner in the nation, that he the best corner. We ain't worried about nothing they talking about. OJ is out there. Xavier Lucas is out there. We ain't worried about none of that. The only guy that I have concern with over there would be Jaden Greathouse, because he's 6'1", 215. He might even be 220 now. He has the speed, and they will move him around. So depending on if they put him in the slot, and we got Scott on it. Like, it just depends on what they're doing and how we're adjusting to what we're seeing. He's the one that I have concern for. And I know, you're like, oh, yeah, well, the numbers don't support this or that or whatever. And that's cool. That's cool, because there's no wide receiver technically on our team that got, I guess, the numbers where you would be like, damn, we really got to make sure we stay on top of him. That's just not a thing, right? Technically, that's not a thing. But, Greathouse did have right around 600 yards last year, 4 touchdowns. But he can be explosive. So that's something that, we definitely need to watch for, man. I'm not really. So let me say this. There is some type of concern with them at tight end, just because the tight end is 6'7", and traditionally Miami does not do good with really big tight ends. We just don't. It is what it is. You 6'7", but we definitely got the nod in tight end. And, just I've looked at a lot of videos. I've done a lot of stuff, and just, everything that even Notre Dame people are saying, bro, like, they thin at tight end this year. They real thin. Like, thin to the point where tight end is a position of concern for them, especially with they tight end coming off the injury and everything. So, my biggest thing is, I need Lofton them to just go out there and make plays, bro. Like, Lofton is so dynamic. Like, I need to see it, though. Right? I need to see Shannon Dawson actually earn his money this year. Right? They let you off the fucking hook last year with Cam, bro. You didn't really show me shit for real, Dawson. I'm on your ass. It's time, bro. It's time. I don't care about no Broyles Award. No, it's time. You need to show me that you know how to scheme and that you know how to create mismatches and use certain things to your advantage. I don't want to hear that, oh, man, I get everybody the ball so they don't know where it's going. That's cool. But if you have a mismatch like you had last year at multiple spots, i.e. Arroyo, you exploit it. So if we get in this game and you see you got a mismatch with Lofton, you need to exploit it. If you see you got a mismatch with CJ or Malachi or somebody, you need to exploit it. This is the time for you to make your money, big dog, because so far you ain't earned that check yet. I ain't seen nothing where I was like, yeah, that's the highest scoring offense and all of that. Bro, we left 14 points a game out there every week. Every week, 7 to 14, easily. So you have to get into your coaching bag. I understand last year a lot of things weren't necessarily the way to, they wanted it to go because Cam Ward had a lot of control. A lot of control. And Cam Ward is really walking around here like, I'm him. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm going to do me. Carson Beck ain't that kind of guy. So I expect Dawson to be coaching. I expect to see adjustments made. I expect to see new things from Dawson. And you going up against the defense that's not going to play with you, bro. They are not going to play with us. You think Marcus Freeman going to play with you? Man, stop. Marcus Freeman is not going to play with you. You know Notre Dame is going to be a top-tier defense. You got to open up your whole bag week 1. And I know people are, oh, yeah, no, keep it. You can't keep it vanilla, bro. This is a big game. This is going to set the tone for the rest of the season. You need to come out and get this win at home versus a top 10 team and show them we not to be played with. So, Dawson, it's time for you to earn that check, my boy. It's time. As far as the O-line, I have absolutely no concerns. Whoever we trot out there, I have full confidence that we're going to do whatever we need to do, bro. And I expect some massive holes to be created on a regular basis. Massive holes to be created on a regular basis. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Their D-line, there's only one person on the defensive line that they have that's a true NFL prospect, and that's Bryce. That's young. After that, that's it. They have Traore that has come back from injury and stuff like that, and they expecting a lot out of him, but I can't tell you he's going to do that. The other DT spot overall is shaky. Like, you got Hennish there, like just different pieces, but it's nothing like what they had last year. Right? You ain't got nothing stout in the middle and doing. No, we not doing none of that. So it is what it is. We should be able to have our way. As far as their O-line, overall, they're small. I will say that. I don't know if I recall a Notre Dame offensive line necessarily being this small. You get what I'm saying? I mean, so, Anthony Knapp was a freshman last year. He's their starting left tackle. And, he got put in a fire early, and now he's going to be one of their better linemen this year. But he's only 6'4", 300. Billy Schroff, 6'4", 310. Ashton Craig, 6'4", 310 at center. That's a good size at center for sure. Lambert, 6'7", 335, sophomore. And he's the one spot on the line that they're not truly confident in, because their best O-lineman is out. He's out. So that's who they have in. And then you have Wagner, who's 6'6", 300. The only guy that's actually big, the center's pretty good size, and the right guard. Other than that, they're not that big. So me personally, I expect Ruben Bain and Mesidor to set the edge extremely hard, and we be knocking stuff back. Rather, if you're going to put Scott out there, Blade, it don't matter. We need to be knocking stuff back. We need to. We should be getting penetration. We're punching. We're exploding off the ball. We're pushing them backwards. It's not going to be every play. But we need to be creating negative plays based upon the matchups and everything that's in front of us. Overall, man, I would definitely say I give us the nod in the trenches both ways without question. I think one of the spots that's going to be really key is Notre Dame is going to be really good at linebacker. So between Drake Bowen and Sneed and some of those other guys, Osbury and 27, Like they gonna be flying around and they're gonna be making plays. So the one thing is, even if their D line isn't knocking us back or getting crazy penetration, they're gonna be coming down and they're gonna be filling those gaps. Right? So our running backs are gonna have to run hard and be running through contact. Fletcher, you got to keep them legs up, but we gonna have to run through contact and wear them down late third, early fourth quarter, so we can go ahead and pull away. That's what we're gonna have to do. Notre Dame is not gonna lay down. They just came off of losing the Natty. They not laying down to nobody, bro. They out here to win. They is not coming to play. They not coming to play no games with Miami. They coming down here to smack some shit. And we got to make sure that don't happen. Them linebackers is serious. Really, they whole back seven is serious. The front four, that back seven. Come on, man. It's like that. It's like that. I mean, you know, I'm going to give it up when it's due. It's the back seven is like that. The only one that I can't say for sure is going to be, you know, I don't know about the nickel, which is Smith. I'm not sure that that's going to be exactly what you need to see. But Strowman, Strowman came from VT. Aiden Schuler, they super high on him after, you know, how he played last year. You know, Xavier Watts is gone, so they're like, nah, Schuler's the guy. Christian Gray, we already know who Christian Gray is. And then Leonard Moore. They saying Leonard Moore, the best cornerback in the country. Number one, not number two. And then behind Leonard Moore, they got Dallas Golden. They feel like with Dallas Golden and Zachary and Cree and all of those guys, they feel like they have at least two more Leonard Moores, because Leonard Moore was a freshman last year. They feel like out of them three, they got two more guys that's just like that should be freshman All-American type talent. So they believe in the back end, and they depth is there in the back end. It's there. It's there. That back seven ain't nothing to play with. And that's why we got to do what we need to do in the run game to get them to commit to putting more in the box. And at that point, they're food. As soon as they start bringing more in the box, they're food. I'm telling you right now, they're going to be cooked. Because once they break more in the box, then that's going to set up the mismatch for Malachi. There's no way around it. They ain't going to be able to do nothing with it at all. Or it's a mismatch for Lofton. Either way you want to put it, it is what it is. You bring too many in the box and Lyle hit a home run on you, then it's going to look crazy. That's going to be the key. We need to come out and be physical initially, and we'll be fine. As far as Miami at linebacker, man, Wesley Basaint, you got to show me something, dog. I heard all of that hype last year. Oh, this Wesley year. Wesley looked different. Wesley this, Wesley that. It wasn't enough. I wasn't impressed at all. All right. I remember one play you made last year, and that maybe two. And one of the plays was questionably a targeting call that it didn't go down. Wesley, it's been a lot of talk, bro. It's time. This your last year. You need to step the fuck up. You need to play better, and you need to stop playing like a little hoe. You play linebacker, dog. After Damian Martinez ran you over in fall camp last year, it's like all of that super confidence went downhill. You play linebacker, bro. You need to get in there and smack some shit. You need to come downhill. I get that you ain't the Mike, but you got to come downhill anyway. You got to come downhill, man. Teray, they say you smacking shit. They say you smacking shit, and they say you better in coverage than they thought. You know, overall, I'm okay with the linebacker room. I think the depth is there. We just need more guys to show what they can do. We need Popo to continue to grow, right? I know y'all, but I'm hearing that Chase Smith is going to do things. You get what I'm saying? Pruitt is going to do, like, it's a lot there to be had. It's a lot there to be had. So overall, the depth is there. But hopefully those guys are continuously pushing. And the one thing I'll say, if Wesley is not performing up to standard, I get he been a cane the whole time. Cut his snaps, bro. We don't need to get into fucking week 6 to see that motherfuckers ain't doing their job. And that's just not Wesley. If it's Mesidor, Bain, whoever, if they ain't doing their job, cut they fucking snaps, bro. We don't need to be wasting all of this time and stuff like that. Go ahead and cut their snaps before it turns into something that's truly detrimental for the team later on. The back end, this is the first time I feel confident in the back end in a long time, man. First time in a long time. We got a lot of moving pieces. It's different things we can do. There's some actual versatility. So rather if Jacoby Thomas or Dylan Day is starting back there, it don't matter. We already know Poyser going to have shit on lock. You got OJ Frederick. You got Lucas. You got O'Connor. You got Brantley. You got Scott. It's there. It's there. They feeling like Bryce Fitzgerald should be similar to what OJ was doing last year. Like, it's all there. The buzz and everything is there. It's real. Markeith can help you here and there coverage-wise. There should be no excuses for the back end this year. We went and spent a lot of time and a lot of money to fix that back end, and I expect to see them perform to the standard that I know they should. No time to play, no games to waste. It is what it is. When it comes to special teams, Notre Dame blocked a bunch of punts, a bunch of kicks last year, and they was cribbing shit. We got to clean up special teams. We got to clean it up. If we give up a touchdown on special teams, or we actually give up points some kind of way, blocked and they return it or whatever, Miami might lose this game. I don't know if Miami can overcome a touchdown on special teams unless the defense is just locking everything up. We have to tighten up, and our special teams had too many holes in it last year. And I know it wasn't a major thing that people was talking about, but hopefully Mario and them got that shit fixed. Because what I was seeing last year, the lack of gap integrity and just so many things that were going wrong with it, hopefully they got it fixed. Marion, I expect you to try to crib something. Pringle, try to crib something. Scott, try to crib something. Whoever's back there, I need y'all to go. Try to crib it. It is what it is. We brought some people in that can really return the ball for real. I expect to see it. I need to see something, man. I definitely need to see it. At the end of the day, man, when it come down to it, Notre Dame going to be prepared. So we need to be prepared. We under the lights. And this is it, man. There's no more talking. We made it through spring. You know, we got a couple, potential injuries. That's also why I didn't mention Damari, because I know that's touch and go as far as that DB. If he's healthy, play him. If he can't go, please sit him, let him rest. We got the depth and everything to allow him to get back right. Because last year we was trying to get him back. No, just let him rest, man. If a kid ain't right, we got the depth. Let him rest. Overall, man, I see this game, initially being a little tight. I feel like Miami going to wear them down, start to pull away late third, early fourth quarter, man. And we going to go out and we going to get a win. If we don't turn the ball over, if we run the ball well, and if we tackle well, we will win this game. It's really that simple. I expect Beck to be Beck. I don't need nothing crazy. 250 to 300. Go out there and make it do what it do. But overall, man, just with everything, it really comes down to the fact that we have Carson Beck and they have CJ Carr. And I expect Beck to make more plays than CJ Carr. Even if they run the ball for a lot on us, I don't think Carr is able to make enough plays to win the game. And therefore, I have Miami 27-17 against Notre Dame. 27-17, man. I like the Canes. We're going to go out here and handle business, start the season off right. And we pressing forward, man. If you ain't on the ship, you getting left. By the way, the review video will release on Tuesday. Being so we play on Sunday, no matter the outcome, we'll go ahead. We'll get the review video out. We'll release it Tuesday. probably at 9:30 p.m. We'll go ahead and get everything out, and then the preview will be coming out for the following game. And even with that, we'll break down some stuff, but because of who the opponent is, which is Bethune, it's not going to be a lot. I'm not showing you guys film on Bethune. We'll probably cover some things that we did and maybe how we can exploit everything, but that's a whole nother topic for when we get there. I was gonna go to the game, but I decided that I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna just stay home for this one. But I will be at some of the games this year, so definitely any of the Canes fans that's out there, man, get at your boy when I go to the games. Other than that, that's all I got. Until we get this victory, I'm signing off. Games Get Played Network. We out.